Barometer. Barometer is a device. It is used to measure the atmospheric pressure of a planet. Measure the atmospheric pressure of a planet. First of all, what is the atmospheric pressure of a planet? Atmospheric pressure means every planet has its own atmosphere. For suppose, let us assume this is a Earth planet, and Earth planet having its atmosphere up to the height of 200 kilometers, and this atmosphere presses the bodies on the surface of the Earth. To determine the atmospheric pressure of the Earth planet, we can conduct a simple experiment. It consists of a apparatus, a 100 centimeters glass tube. It is a simple experiment. It consists of the apparatus like it is a simple glass tube opened at one end and closed at the other end, and the length of this glass tube is 100 centimeters, and this glass tube is fully filled with the mercury. Okay, and another apparatus is a glass bowl. It is also filled with some mercury. Now, the open-ended glass tube is closed with thumb, and it is placed invertly inside the mercury level containing in the glass vessel. Now, the final diagram is like this. This is a glass vessel consisting of some mercury. Now this open-ended glass tube is closed with the thumb, and it is reversely placed inside the mercury level in the glass vessel. The upper end is the closed end of the glass tube, and it is the open end of the glass tube. It is dipped into the mercury level in the glass bowl. Some amount of mercury is drops into the glass bowl. Now this is the vacuum, and this vacuum is at the upper edge of the glass tube. Let us consider this is the position A, and let be this is the position B, and let be this is the position some C. Now we want to find the atmospheric pressure. Here the atmosphere touches the mercury level at position C. So at position C the pressure is nothing but atmospheric pressure. In this experiment, here also the fluid is at rest. It means this is also a static fluid. According to Pascal's law, inside the static fluid, if the two positions are at the same level, then the pressures at those positions is also same. Now according to Pascal's law, pressure at position C is equals to pressure at position C. Here B and C. B is the position in the glass tube and C is the position on the surface of the mercury in the glass bowl. According to Pascal's law, here the B and C are at the same level and it is a static fluid. According to Pascal's law, PB equals to PC and PC is at the topmost surface of the mercury in the glass bowl. It is in contact with the atmosphere. That's why it is equals to P naught, atmospheric pressure. Here B is at a height h below the position A. So from the concept of variation of pressure with depth, now the pressure at position B is equals to pressure at position A plus h rho g. Here rho is the density of the mercury. Okay, by substituting the values PA, the position A is in contact with the vacuum. That's why at vacuum there is no pressure. So pressure at position A is equals to 0. By substituting the values, PB is also equals to atmospheric pressure. That's why P naught equals to H rho G. Here H, by calculating the height of this mercury level, it is equals to, the height of the mercury level is equals to 76 centimeters. In SI units it is 0.76 meters. And the density of the mercury is 13.6 into 10 cube kg per meter cube. And for the earth planet, the value of G is 9.8 into 9.8 meter per second square. By substituting all these values in the equation H rho G, we got the atmospheric pressure P naught equals to 1.013 into 10 power 5 pascals. This is known as atmospheric pressure of the earth planet. Okay, by seeing this diagram, it consists of a glass bowl and a 100 centimeters glass tube is dipped reversely. It means the open end is dipped into the mercury level inside the glass bowl. Okay, there is a space at the topmost, it is the vacuum. We want to find the pressure at here, where the atmosphere touches the mercury inside the glass bowl. By calculating, it is P naught equals to 1.013 into 10 power 5 pascals. Okay. Manometer. Manometer is a device used to measure the pressure of any gas or pressure of any fluid closed in a container. Here it is the construction of a manometer. It consists of a closed container. In there, the container is filled with the gas, and it also consists of a U-shaped tube. One end of the U-shaped tube is opened and other end of the U-shaped tube is connected to the gas containing in a vessel. Here the U-shaped tube, it is a open end. So there is an atmospheric pressure consists at this end of the fluid. Okay, and manometer is a device. It is useful to measure the pressure of any gas containing in a closed container. Now this manometer device is used to calculate the pressure of this gas contained in the vessel. So now we want to find the pressure of a gas at this position. Let be this is some position A, and the same level, same horizontal level is there. Let it be some position B. The position B is at a depth h below the fluid level at the end of the open-ended U-shaped tube. Okay, according to Pascal's law, A and B are at the same level. Inside the U-shaped tube, it consists of a fluid which is at rest. It means inside the static fluid, A and B are at the same level. According to Pascal's law, the pressure is same in the static fluid when those points are at the same depth or at the same level. According to Pascal's law, now P pressure at position A is equals to pressure at position B. Okay, but the pressure at position B is which is at a depth h below the atmospheric pressure. So pressure at position B is nothing but P naught plus h rho g. Here rho is nothing but density of the fluid inside the U-shaped tube. Rho is nothing but density of fluid inside the tube. Okay, from this the pressure of the gas is by observing this diagram, this closed container containing the gas, and this gas is combined with the fluid inside the U-shaped tube. This is the level at which the gas is combined with the fluid. Due to the pressure of the gas, the fluid level rises to a height h. We want to find the pressure at position A. According to Pascal's law, pressure at position A is equals to pressure at position B. This is due to both positions A and B, those are in the same depth of a static fluid. So the pressure of the gas is actually pressure at position A, which is equals to pressure at position B. This is due to Pascal's law. Okay, now the pressure of the gas PA equals to P naught plus h rho g. In this way, we can find out the pressure of any gas which is in closed container. Okay, it is nothing but PA equals to P naught plus h rho g, and the term PA minus P naught equals to h rho g. Here the term PA minus P naught is named as gauge pressure. PA minus P naught is named as, sometimes it is named as gauge pressure. And there is also Another observable point, there is also another point, which is if the container containing the gas which consists of a less pressure, sometimes this fluid level does not rises. This fluid level may be below the position B. In such cases, pressure is pressure of the gas Pa equals to P naught minus H rho g. This is in sometimes when the U-shaped tube is connected to this container consisting of a gas, if the container consisting of a gas which having the low pressure, this liquid level does not rises to a height h. If for the low pressures the liquid level is below the position B, in such cases pressure of the gas is Pa equals to P naught minus H rho g. Here H is nothing but, in such cases, this is for low pressure gases. Low pressure means the fluid inside the U-shaped tube does not rises to the level B. In such cases, the fluid remains below the position B. In such cases, H is nothing but depth below the position B at which fluid remains, at which the fluid remains. In such cases, Pa equals to P naught minus H rho g. It is the formula for the low pressure gases. This is about manometer. Hydrostatic paradox. Consider there are 5 vessels of different shapes are containing the static fluid in them. The level of the static fluid in all different vessels is same. Let us consider there are 5 different points in 5 different vessels at the bottom of the vessels A, B, C, D and E. Let us consider, according to Pascal's law, we know that in a static fluid, pressure is same at all points when those points are at the same level from surface of a fluid. Here the all vessels filled with a static fluid and the all vessels surface of the fluid is at the same height. The height of the fluid is h and this h is same for all the 5 vessels. Okay, according to Pascal's law, it is a static fluid filled in 5 different vessels of different shapes. Okay, and our considering points A, B, C, D and E. These points are at the same level from the surface of a fluid. That's why the height is same for all the 5 vessels. According to Pascal's law, now the pressure at point A is equals to pressure at point B is equals to pressure at point C, pressure at point D and pressure at point E. Okay, why? Because of the actual formula for the pressure is either PA or PB or PC or PD or P. It is equals to P naught plus H rho G. And already in the previous session we got derivation for this concept of variation of pressure with depth. Here point A is depth H below the surface of the fluid. Here at the top surface the vessel containing an open end. At here there is a atmospheric pressure P naught, and this P naught is same for all remaining 4 vessels. That's why the pressure at any point at the bottom of the 5 different vessels is same, which is PA equals to P naught plus H rho G. This is the hydrostatic paradox. Once again, the pressure is only depends upon the depth below the surface of a fluid, and it does not depends upon the shape of the vessel. Pressure does not depends upon shape of the vessel. It only depends upon depth below the surface of a static fluid. Here the depth of all points is same. It is H from the surface of all static fluids of different vessels. That's why the pressure is same at all points, and the actual pressure at each and every point is simply PA or PB or PC or PD or PE is equals to P naught plus H rho G. The atmospheric pressure, these 5 vessels are opened vessels. That's why at the top surface of the fluid there must be a atmospheric pressure is acting on the static fluid, and each and every point is depth H below the surface of a fluid. That's why the pressure at the any one of the points is it is P naught plus H rho G. Speed of efflux and Torricelli's law. First of all, what is the meaning of the efflux? Efflux means fluid outflow. Torricelli discovered that when there is an open tank, it consists of a small hole at its side. The outflow velocity of the fluid is equals to velocity of a freely falling body from that height. Torricelli discovered that the outflow velocity of a fluid from the open tank is equals to velocity of a freely falling body from that height. Here there is a figure. It is a closed tank. It contains a hole at its side. The height of the hole is y1 from the base of the tank, and the water level is up to the height y2 from the base of the tank. Above this surface of the fluid there is a pressure P. According to equation of continuity, A1 V1 equals to A2 V2. This is the formula of the equation of the continuity. Here A2 is the area of cross section of the tank at the top edge, and A1 is the area of cross section of the small hole. It is at a height y2, and V1 is the velocity of the fluid outflow from the small hole, and V2 is the velocity of the fluid. Due to the outflow of the fluid, the level of the fluid decreases gradually. By observing here, the area of cross section of the tank is very much greater than the area of cross section of the hole. That's why the fluid level decreases gradually with a negligible velocity. It is approximately is equals to 0. The fluid out comes gradually from a hole of area of cross section A1, but this area of cross section is very much smaller compared to the area of cross section of the tank. Due to this, the fluid level decreases gradually with a negligible velocity. It is approximately equals to 0. And from the figure, the difference in heights is y2 minus y1 is equals to h. According to the Bernoulli's principle, the sum of the pressure energy plus potential energy per unit volume plus kinetic energy is equals to constant. By applying this Bernoulli's principle at the top surface and at the hole of the tank, simply it is P plus, at the top of the tank the pressure is P2 equals to P plus rho g, the height of the fluid level from the base to the height y2 is rho g y2 plus half rho v2 square equals to, by applying this Bernoulli's principle at the hole, it is at the hole the fluid is in contact with the atmosphere. That's why here there is a atmospheric pressure Pa plus rho g. The hole is at a height y1 from the base of the tank, rho g y1 plus half rho v1 square. Okay, we already observed that the velocity of the fluid level downs approximately with 0 velocity. That's why this term becomes 0. And by solving this, it is P minus Pa plus rho g into y2 minus y1 is equals to half rho v1 square. That implies, by solving this, we got v1 is equals to 2 into P minus Pa by rho plus y2 minus y1 is nothing but height of the fluid into g into 2 in the root. This is the velocity of the fluid which outcomes from the small hole at the side of the tank. When if this is a open tank, then P2 is also equals to PA. Then this term becomes 0. Then simply V1 became as V1 is equals to under root 2GH, where if it is a open tank, simply if it is a open tank, we substitute in the place of P again PA. Then PA minus PA 0, this total term becomes 0, and we already know that Y2 minus Y1 is equals to H. By substituting all the values, V1 is equals to root 2GH. This is discovered by the Torricelli. When there is an open tank, it having some hole at its side, then the fluid, outflow fluid with a velocity of a freely falling body from that height. Okay, thank you.